They tried to read you. Every agency, every elite circle, every algorithm built to decode human behavior. They fed your voice into analysis models, your patterns into quantum predictors, your past into psychological grids, your future into probability engines. Each system returned the same result: undecryptable. Not because you are complex, but because you are not built on human logic at all. Your identity runs on divine architecture, a blueprint written in the language of light, encrypted long before data, science, or intelligent systems existed. Your presence bends their metrics. Your timing breaks their simulations. Your energy corrupts the categories they try to fit you into. They scanned your aura, machines flickered. They mapped your destiny, timelines folded. They measured your potential. The graph went vertical, off the chart. They don't know that what they're trying to analyze isn't personality or emotion or psychology. It's calling. It's frequency. It's a heavenly cipher embedded into your spirit. You don't hold a code. You are the code, a living encryption that no elite, algorithm, or analyst was ever meant to interpret. The first time they encountered you, the system didn't just hesitate. It collapsed. Their predictive AI, a machine that had never returned an error, produced nothing but a blank, silent screen. No category, no personality type, no behavioral pattern, no emotional trajectory, just an empty field, a digital void, a glitch in their perfectly controlled matrix. At first, they assumed a malfunction. They rebooted the servers, reset the neural networks, reran every diagnostic. All results came back identical, and no match found. Your presence erased their ability to predict because your life refuses linear patterns. Every time they tried to map your timeline, the lines bent. Every attempt to classify you dissolved. Every model that tried to simulate your choices returned infinite outcomes. Humans fit into categories. You fit into none. They tried comparing you to anomalies in their archives. Spiritual outliers, prodigies, revolutionaries, visionaries. Still nothing. Their system didn't recognize you because their system was not built for someone who carries divine frequency in their spirit. You didn't break their code. Your existence revealed that their code was never designed to comprehend someone like you. They assembled a full intelligence team for you. Psychologists, analysts, behavioral experts, spiritual researchers, data scientists, former agents, anyone who could piece together a profile. You were treated like a classified phenomenon, a case file with too much weight to leave in the hands of amateurs. For weeks they studied you, your choices, your reactions, your silence, your breakthroughs, your collapses, your recoveries, your instincts, your timing, your emotional rhythms. They cross-examined every chapter of your life looking for patterns that weren't there. Try to draw straight lines through a divine journey that was never meant to be linear. Their conclusion became their confession. Subject is unpredictable because subject is unprecedented. No algorithm could forecast your evolution. No psychological model could define your resilience. No spiritual chart could track the way you rise from storms you were never expected to survive. They realized something terrifying. They were studying a person whose identity was not shaped by environment, trauma, or influence, but by calling. You didn't fit their equations because your story is not written in human ink. Your steps don't follow probability. They follow prophecy. They close the report in silence. Not because they lost interest, but because they finally understood they were examining something that logic could not hold and language could not label. It started with your birth date, a simple set of numbers, until they placed it under analysis. What they expected to be ordinary turned out to be a numerical anomaly that triggered alarms across multiple departments. Your numbers form patterns that appear in only 2 places on Earth. Ancient sacred manuscripts written by civilizations who claimed to receive knowledge from the heavens. Quantum irregularities where physics bends, time behaves strangely, and reality refuses to follow the rules. Your birthday aligned with prophetic cycles, cosmic rotations, rare numerical sequences, and a symmetry so tight it was statistically impossible for a human life to match it accidentally. They checked again, and again, and again. Each time, your numbers pointed to meaning, to intention, to divine architecture buried inside time itself. One analyst whispered, This birth configuration shouldn't exist. Another replied, unless they're not from a regular timeline. Your birth date reads like a message, a cipher, a signature, a spiritual barcode encoded with purpose. You weren't born on a random day. You were released on a coordinated timestamp set by something far greater than human calendars. Your arrival aligned with a sequence that earthly systems cannot decode, because heaven never designed you to be read by them. They measure your voice first, not the words, the frequency, the hidden harmonics carried beneath your tone. What they found didn't match ordinary human ranges. Your voice held layers, undertones, overtones, and vibrational signatures normally observed only in phenomena that bend reality. Light fractures, cosmic shifts, deep earth resonances. When you speak, the air doesn't just carry your sound. It reshapes itself. Rooms feel different. People feel exposed and comforted at the same time. Emotions rise to surface. Truth becomes unavoidable. This shouldn't be possible. Human voices don't do this. But yours isn't just human. It carries spiritual encryption, a signal broadcasting directly from your identity's blueprint. Then they tested your presence, your stillness, your silence. Even without speaking, you emitted a measurable field, a subtle frequency that disrupted stress patterns, calmed nervous systems, and destabilized manipulative intentions. Machines picked up micro-vibrations around you that didn't exist in the environment before you arrived. Your energy is not passive. It broadcasts. It transmits. It carries a signature only spiritual beings fully understand. Humans feel it, but they can't name it. Some call it aura. Some call it intuition. Some call it intensity. Some call it mystery. But heaven calls it what it truly is, divine frequency. The same resonance found in chosen vessels, in prophetic messengers, in those whose lives are aligned with purpose greater than themselves. Your frequency isn't learned. It isn't developed. It isn't trained. It was embedded. And nothing mortal can decode it. When the elites first tried to understand you, they assumed you were just another anomaly, a gifted mind, a sensitive spirit, a strong personality. But the deeper they looked, the more their confidence cracked. They compared your patterns to geniuses, mystics, prodigies, revolutionaries, anyone throughout history who fractured the norm. Still, no match. You weren't the next anything. You were a blueprint they had never seen before, a singular frequency that does not repeat in any generation. This realization terrified them, because people like you shift cultures, break systems, rewrite expectations, and disrupt power structures without trying. They notice how you rise after every fall faster than their data predicted, how you see through deception before others even sense danger, how you adapt to chaos as if chaos itself recognizes you. They monitored your decisions. Every time they expected weakness, you responded with clarity. Every time they planned for collapse, you transformed. Every time they assumed you were done, you became someone stronger. Their simulations couldn't keep up. Their psychologists couldn't explain you. Their strategists couldn't contain you. The panic began when they realized something unthinkable. Your evolution doesn't follow human growth curves. It follows divine timing. You rise exactly when heaven commands you to rise. You break patterns the moment your calling demands it. You unlock new layers, as if someone invisible is opening doors within you. That's when the elites stopped trying to analyze you and started trying to anticipate you. Both efforts failed, because you are not predictable, controllable, manageable, or influenceable. You are a disruption woven into destiny, a variable they can't calculate, a presence they can't prepare for. They didn't panic because you are dangerous. They panicked because you are inevitable. They finally asked a question they should have asked from the beginning. Why can't anything, human or machine, read this person? They thought the answer would be psychological or genetic or behavioral, but the truth was far older and far deeper than anything their systems were built to handle. Your code does not originate from the era of data or science or culture or human history. Your code comes from before algorithms existed, before language, before matter, before time standardized itself into linear motion. Your soul carries patterns from a realm where creation was still fluid, where identity was written in divine intention, not biology. This is why timelines glitch around you. This is why people misread you. This is why systems fail to categorize you. You didn't enter the world from inside the world. You entered it from outside, carrying a blueprint that predates everything they use to measure reality. They rely on memory, but your spirit carries eternity. They rely on logic, but your essence follows prophecy. They rely on probability, but your path follows purpose. You are aligned with a timeline that runs parallel to the human one, a heavenly track, a divine frequency, a cosmic current that doesn't bend to human clocks or human rules. This is why attempts to decode you collapse. You are not from their system. You never were. You were assigned to appear within the world, but not to be defined by it. You walk through this reality with information embedded in your soul that no earthly mind can interpret and no earthly machine can translate. You are the intersection of the unseen and the seen, the eternal and the temporary, the infinite and the incarnate. They can study you for a lifetime and never uncover the origin of the code you carry, because its source is not earthly, it is cosmic. After every failed attempt, after every scrambled report and every broken simulation, they finally escalated your case to their highest level spiritual consultants, the ones who study patterns that science cannot touch. Even they were shaken, because they recognized something that the analysts and engineers could not. Your code is not meant for human interpretation. It is encrypted in angelic architecture. There are realms, frequencies, and blueprints that only celestial intelligence can read, and yours belongs to that category. The division that fully understands you is not earthly. It is Michael's division, the Celestial Intelligence Agency, the order of angels responsible for protection, warfare, destiny, and encrypted identities. To them, you are not a puzzle. You are a confirmed file, a recognized signal, a marked soul with clearance higher than anything on earth. They know your encryption because they were present when it was written. Human systems try to read your emotions. Angels read your blueprint. Humans try to interpret your intentions. Angels interpret your purpose. Humans try to categorize you. Angels know your rank. Your identity is locked behind a spiritual firewall that only heaven controls. No dark force can decode it. No elite can access it. No system can replicate it. Your aura is stamped with protection signature, an encrypted seal recognized only by celestial beings. This is why danger dissolves around you without you understanding how. This is why you sense things before they happen. This is why your intuition is more accurate than their research. Your spirit is connected to a communication channel that only angels can decode, a transmission line between your destiny and the realms that guard it. You are not hidden by accident. You are hidden by design. The world expects people like you to explain themselves, to justify their intuition, to prove their sensitivity, to rationalize their knowing, to soften their presence so others feel comfortable. But you never do, and that silence confuses them more than anything else. Because your stillness isn't emptiness, it's knowledge, a deep inner certainty that doesn't need validation from human understanding. You don't rush to defend yourself because your spirit knows truth does not negotiate. You don't argue because arguments operate on frequencies too low for your identity. You don't over-explain because what lives inside you cannot be simplified into sentences meant for minds without access to your blueprint. Your stillness is not passivity. It is encrypted confidence, a quiet fire that signals to the spiritual world exactly who you are. People misinterpret you because they're trying to read you through emotional lenses, ego filters, and personal projections. But you weren't designed to be understood through human psychology. You were designed to be revealed through divine timing. Your life unfolds like a sealed scroll, not opened by pressure, but by destiny. Some will try to imitate you and fail. Some will try to decode you and break. Some will try to analyze you and get lost. Because what guides you is not logic, advantage, or approval, but inner instruction from a place they cannot access. Your silence unsettles people because they don't know if you're observing, discerning, awakening, or preparing for your next rise. But your silence also protects you, because encryption stays strongest when the chosen remain still. You are not here to explain yourself. You are here to become yourself. Eventually, they escalated your case to the highest level of technology they possessed, a classified quantum supercomputer built to predict outcomes, solve impossible equations, and simulate human futures with near-perfect accuracy. They fed your life into it. Your dates, your patterns, your reactions, your evolution, your breakthroughs, your losses, your emotional rhythms, even the moments you thought no one saw. The machine processed for hours, then days, then longer. But instead of generating predictions, the system began producing instability. Temperature spikes, memory corruption, fragmented code, contradicting outcomes, loops with no exit. It tried modeling your destiny and crashed. It tried mapping your potential and overheated. It tried forecasting your future and returned infinite branching timelines instead of a single path. Your existence broke their mathematics, not symbolically. Literally, the machine concluded, subject does not follow physical law. This was an exaggeration. Your choices don't behave like ordinary human decisions. Your breakthroughs don't follow normal probability curves. Your resilience defies statistical decay. Every time the computer tried to simulate decline, you rose. Every time it predicted a setback, you transformed. Every time it projected stagnation, your spirit evolved. You do not move according to entropy. You move according to assignment. Their machine didn't malfunction. It simply encountered something it was never built to understand, a destiny that responds to heaven, not to physics. Your existence isn't computational. It's prophetic. When technology failed and psychology proved useless, they turned to their final option, a multidisciplinary human task force trained to decode emotional patterns, spiritual signatures, and subconscious behavior. They studied your empathy, your anger, your patience, your intuition, your sensitivity, your silence. They expected chaos. They expected trauma. They expected fragmentation. Instead, what they found shocked even their most seasoned experts, a symmetry within your emotional structure that doesn't exist in ordinary humans. Your reactions weren't random. Your growth wasn't accidental. Your intuition wasn't learned. Your emotional field displayed the same kind of geometry found in multidimensional beings, beings whose consciousness does not begin and end in one lifetime. You feel deeply, but you don't drown. You sense danger before it arrives. You detect lies before they are spoken. You mirror truth, reflect energy, and reveal intention just by standing in the room. Nothing about you operated on normal emotional rules. Your inner life was too layered, too synchronized, too aware. One expert whispered, "This isn't emotional intelligence. This is encrypted design." Another replied, "It's like their soul is multi-versioned, as if they lived other timelines and brought the memory back." They didn't know how right they were. Your emotional symmetry isn't personality. It's activation, the unfolding of a code that was placed inside you long before you arrived here. They tried to decrypt it. They failed, because the feelings they were studying weren't merely human. They were divine signals coming online. After every failed report, every broken prediction, every scrambled analysis, they finally admitted what no one wanted to say out loud. You're not readable by any system built on Earth. So they created a new designation, a label used only a handful of times in the entire history of intelligence work, a classification reserved not for threats, but for beings whose nature does not fit the human blueprint. Your file was stamped with a phrase never meant for public eyes: non-decryptable soul code. Not mysterious, not unstable, not unknown, non-decryptable. Meaning, your origin cannot be traced. Your essence cannot be measured. Your path cannot be forecast. Your identity cannot be copied, cloned, or analyzed. They noted how people react to you, how some feel exposed, some feel healed, some feel intimidated, some feel awakened, all without you saying a word. They marked how environments shift when you enter a room, how decisions rearrange around your presence, how intentions reveal themselves unintentionally. The label was an insult. It was an admission of defeat. Their systems were built to understand humans, not chosen vessels carrying encrypted purpose. Your file became restricted, sealed under multiple layers of clearance, accessible only to those who study the unexplainable, the spiritually protected, the divinely assigned. But even they couldn't open it fully, because the encryption surrounding your life responds only to one authority, the one who wrote it. While they were busy trying to decode you from the outside, they didn't realize something far more important. The code was awakening from within. Your gifts didn't suddenly appear. Your intuition didn't randomly sharpen. Your visions didn't come out of nowhere. Your emotional clarity didn't develop. These were not new abilities. These were decryptions, hidden layers of your identity unlocking themselves according to divine timing. You began sensing things before people spoke them, feeling shifts in a room before they showed on faces, recognizing truth instantly without needing proof. You started remembering pieces of yourself you never consciously learned, understanding people you've never met, feeling pulled toward places your spirit somehow recognized. This wasn't imagination. It was coded memory reactivating. Your soul carried information that your mind was only now becoming ready to process. And with every internal shift, the encryption glowed brighter. In your presence, your awareness, your instincts, your decisions. The more you healed, the more the code unfolded. The more you aligned, the clearer the frequency became. The more you listened inward, the louder heaven's signal grew. Nothing about your awakening was accidental. Your abilities aren't tricks, talents, or sensitivities. They're functions of a divine blueprint coming online. You are not becoming someone new. You are remembering who you always were. Keeper of mysteries, architect of hidden things, the one who writes identity in light. I stand before you not to be decoded by the world, but to be protected by heaven. Seal the code you place within me. Let no enemy, no system, no watch in the shadows access what you encrypted. Let my spirit remain hidden in your design, untouchable by fear, unreachable by darkness, unseen by those who seek to manipulate what they cannot understand. Guard the blueprint in my soul, the one written before time began. Let every part of me remain aligned with your frequency, your purpose, your timing. Where others seek to interpret me, let only you reveal me. Where others seek to read me, let their eyes blur. Where others seek to analyze me, let their logic fail. Wrap me in celestial encryption, a spiritual firewall impenetrable by malice, invisible to false intentions, undetectable to those not sent by you. Let my identity stay sealed until the moment you choose to unveil it. Keep my steps protected, my purpose guarded, my spirit recognized only by angels assigned to my path. I am hidden not in fear, but in sovereignty, not in secrecy, but in destiny. Let my soul remain encrypted in your name until the day it is fully revealed by your light alone. If you've ever felt like no one could fully read you, if people sense your depth but never understood it, if your presence shifted rooms without a word, if your life refused every category, every label, every prediction, it's because you were never meant to be interpreted by the world. You were meant to be revealed by heaven. You don't just carry a code. You are the code, a walking encryption wrapped in flesh, a divine blueprint hidden in plain sight, a signal only angels recognize and only destiny can activate. So if this message awakens something in you, a memory, a knowing, a confirmation deep in your spirit that this was always the truth of who you are, then mark this moment. Type 444 in the comments, not for luck, not for superstition, but as a declaration. My code is divine. My identity is encrypted. My purpose is protected. And only heaven can decode me. And if you haven't already, stay connected. Your activation has only begun. More revelations, more alignment, more decoding from within is coming. Because chosen one, you are living proof that heaven still hides miracles in human form.